This is Blair, your cancer care bear. No hair, don't care. All faith, no fear. And you are now in the Blair podcast. Welcome to the vibe. I'm not going to focus too much on this because I know that men shouldn't be in women's business. But I do think this is bigger than women, according to news. This is about colorism. And apparently, DaniLeigh is being canceled for a song that she was going to be releasing called Yellow Bone. And like myself, I had to do my due diligence and really look into it. And I guess there's a snippet out online about the Yellow Bone record. But I do want to address this. And I'm sure people already had said this, but I will reiterate and repeat it. Be proud in the skin you're in. We talk about how people don't love themselves. And then when someone releases a song taking pride in the skin they're in, they are upset. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. If anyone has a problem with someone's music, if anyone is offended with someone's music, instead of canceling them or trying to persuade everyone to cancel them, you do not have to subscribe to it. You know, the interesting thing about music is subjective. And like my guy Joe Budden says, music is just what feelings sound like. Personally, I like DaniLeigh. I like that record Easy. And I'm not too followed on her and the baby's relationship, but from what the snippets, matter of fact, I will play the snippet. Let me find this snippet real quick. But it's just, cancel culture really, it just really grinds my gears. Because it's like, all right, me being a dark, or I'm not even going to say a light dark man, No, I love women of all colors. And regardless of whether you're mixed, light skin, brown skin, dark skin, to me, if you're black, you're black. And that's just my opinion on it. But let me see. There's a snippet here. All right, that is enough. So yeah, it was just something that I read, saw online. There was a lot of, people was outraged with this. And and like I said, I think we all should be proud of the skin we're in. We should practice self-love and show self-love. And the fact that people are mad for this record, it's a lot of, I really think it's a lot of self-hate going on with that. Like, if you're mad because a light-skinned woman has a song about being light-skinned, it's like, look, she's an artist. She's expressing herself. If you have an issue with what she puts out, then don't listen to it. If you think that she needs to do a song that's more uplifting to all shades, you do it. She has every right to do that song. And again, her man seems to like it, according to social media. In other news, my fellow VA brother or fellow Virginia native Trey Songz was arrested over the he was taken into custody by Kansas City police due to a altercation that happened at a game. And just looking back at what I seen on video, I really hate TMZ, but hey, they seem to always have the scoop. But there wasn't no solid reports on it, but according to, again, news and research that I've done, light research that I've done, it was due to, guidelines of, with the mask and COVID and everything. And I'm gonna say this, that everybody has the right to feel safe. Everybody should feel safe. If you're outside and you don't have your mask on and you're social distancing, you're good, And if you're at an event that has guidelines, that has rules, and you're not following those rules, and even if someone that is not an authority asks you to, hey, abide by the rules, you have every reason to be like, hey, fuck you, I'm not listening to you. You can't make me, and you just have to deal with it. But rules are rules. So if these rumors of him not following the guidelines is what really caused this situation, then I mean, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and say that gives the police every right to, fight him. Because, I mean, hey, I seen the video. He was choking this guy. Trey Songz was choking this guy. And, I mean, thank God. Because history shows that it could have definitely went a different way. And, just thank God that, one of our beloved artists is still here and he's free. But bottom line is follow the rules, respect the rules, and these things wouldn't happen. Supposedly they shouldn't happen. I'm gonna just say they shouldn't happen. Now that's that. Those are two stories that had circulated over the internet in these past couple days, and that's that. Now, moving on to something more important. Does anybody want a Twizzler? Because I have Twizzlers right now, and if you want some, please let me know. But question: pop rap culture. What is it? How do you feel about it? And should it be around? I should say. I don't know if that's a term, but I call pop rap, rap that is not necessarily hip hop or traditional hip hop, and it kind of falls more under drill, trap, auto-tune, melodic, whatever. But I was on Twitter and there was a post where someone's talked about how a lot of rap, hip hop music is impactful, in where there's a lot of demonic type music out that we really praise. And to me, again, music is just what feelings sound like. I'm very sensitive when it comes to certain music. Now, don't get me wrong. I love hip hop, rap, trap music, all that stuff, ratchet rap, all that. But I know that subconsciously, when we listen to music, sometimes it can be impactful and influence. Now, regardless of how old you are, yes, some of us, me being an older person, I'm not as influenced by music as maybe my son may be, or my younger cousins or nephews or whatnot would be. But I do want to say this. This is just my view. There's music. There's the music business, and then of course there's the music industry. Now, gangster rap. You have classic, legendary groups like N.W.A., Public Enemy, A Tribe Called Quest, Wu Tang, and this is old school hip hop here, authentic hip hop. Just a lot of it's real life. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of empowerment and a lot of storytelling. Me being a little bit more familiar with the late '90s, early 2000s hip hop, I can say this, that me today, I consume music differently, and I know that there's a lot of great artists out here that has that has that popularity, that makes great music, and I understand it's expressive. We have artists like Lil Durk, Kodak Black, Chief Keef, we have the Juice World's rest in peace, Pop Smoke rest in peace. Have the XX rest in peace. We even have we I can go on and on. Artists within the last 10 years or so throughout that released music that was dark. And even in the 80s and 90s, where music was being released, and it was talking about talking about popping their gun, busting their gun, and everything. And I understand that you have to tell a story. I mean, it's we don't it's not really glorifying the life of being in the streets, or into the really out there doing crime and stuff. You change your life, and thankfully, these artists were able to get out the streets and become an artist. But I will say, I think sometimes as artists, and like I said again earlier in the video, we got the right to choose what we listen to. But I think we still gotta take some type of responsibility on what we put out. I don't really agree with everything that a lot of these artists rap about. I mean, it might be a good song. The beat might be good. It might have a good little cadence to it and deliverance to it. And like again, that again, I'm balance of ratchet and righteous. So like I said, I listen to a lot of that stuff.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh
Check
goodness.
your Wi-Fi network connection by going to settings.
I'm sorry, I didn't turn my tablet off, but music definitely has an influence and impact. And one thing that I noticed about a tweet when I was talking to the young lady, when she posted, I was like, "Do you think that artists shouldn't, you know, should they be rappers if they can't rap about anything that is really positive, or something that's not as violent or criminal?" Now, some people go into battle rap to do that. Cool. As for me, when I listen to these artists like the Dirks, You know, like the trap rap like Futures and stuff, and T.I. and the Waynes. When I listen to those rappers who make great music, but maybe I'm missing these songs, but I don't really get it don't really make me wanna make my life better or make me look at life differently. As far as like, oh, this does something. Like I said, great music, but it's not music that I feel. And fair enough, it may not just be for me. You know, like I said, I listen to all type of hip hop, and some music won't make me feel that way. But it seems like everyone, especially the younger artists, they're influenced by the pop rap and in it for the money, which is great. But I think there has to be a responsibility to take when you become an artist, especially a popular artist. I think that music should have some thought-provoking messages in there. Not all, but all I'm saying is the impact. The impact that pop rap has. I think it's definitely oversaturated. And again, this is just how I feel. You know, once you're kind of like drawn in, it's hard to get out. So this is me being drawn in, trying to get out, and I'm just expressing just how much I feel towards certain music, certain rap music. It's good sonically, but again, there's always and maybe again, there's two ways to take everything. It could be positive because these guys are rapping, and you know they was able to get out the streets, you know, get out of that violent life, and now they can rap about it and talk about what they've been through and talk about how they got out. Thank God. But my thing is, when you go on records and talk about killing somebody, hurting somebody, raping or whatever, all that stuff, I then kind of gotta look at the music a little differently, look at you a little differently. Because here's the thing. It might be unfair, but you know, rap don't have that luxury like the rock stars, like the R&B singers or jazz players do. You know what I'm saying? Rap, hip hop is real. Hip hop can be, you know, storytelling. It can be fictional, But you can, but there's certain records that you know that it's like, okay, you're really putting yourself out there now to be chastised and criticized and to be like looked at in a certain light. And maybe because it's younger, or maybe because it's bigger. But I just feel like, hey, the impact that rap has on itself, and not just pop rap, just hip hop as a whole. But blessed one, that is all. I really just wanted to. I really just wanted to share some thought. All in all, let DaniLeigh be great. Let her love the skin that she's in. Thank God that Trey Songz is free. Be careful out here, y'all. If y'all can't wear y'all masks, if y'all don't want to follow these guidelines, yo, don't go in them. And rappers, artists, you know, continue to make great music. Continue to influence the youth and influence people who enjoy you. But please, just stop the violence. All right. It's one thing for the police to kill us and attack us and harass us, but when it comes to us, we have to take accountability for the things that we put out there in the universe as well. We can't. It's like we can't win. We can't. We already. We got people already harassing us, criticizing us, and like I said with the DaniLeigh thing, look, I know dark skinned women had this stigma on them for generations, and I understand. But let's love one another. Black is beautiful. Whether you're light black, dark black, like faded black, it doesn't matter. Like, not to me. And I know I'm just one person, but we really have to, do better. And even with what we put out, what we promote. Yeah, you gotta feed your families. And like I said, it might be contradicting to what I said. I can definitely turn off that, to turn it off. Yeah, I do. But it's still a factor where I say, hey, why is this music like? There's a difference between making music about being light skin, dark skin, brown skin, all that, and then being, hey, shooter, killer, and all that stuff. Like, okay, you survived the streets, you are out of that life. Talk about that. But when you're rapping about still busting your guns and trapping and stuff, it's like all you're doing is adding more fuel to the fire. But to each his own. Again, y'all stay blessed, stay productive, stay positive, stay prosperous. I'm out. Blair.